So yeah, next level. Well, next 3 levels. So Unk's foot fetish.
Yeah, it was that comment on Instagram. Where it was
Oh,
like cute feet
cute
or
feet,
foot.
he or
Heh
something.
heh.
Nice feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what he or heh. That's a tomato
Yeah, I don't know.
tomato thing, isn't it? You said
Yep.
heh. I said he.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think feet fetish for a while was like, what's the law that everything turns into a Hitler comment after
Godwin?
Godwin's law?
Godwin's Law, yeah.
Foot fetish kind of became that for a while. It was
Yeah.
like everyone eventually would be like, she's got a foot fetish, or he's a foot
Yep.
fetish, or yeah, it's just easy to make fun of,
Yeah.
isn't it? Unc goes to Tim Hortons 3 times a day. I love that. That's like lore. Like just.
I mean, I know that like he loves his Tims, and I know that like I tried to get his specific order from Tim Hortons when I went to Canada a few years ago. But apparently I messed it up. I don't know what the exact order is, but it's
A
like some kind of
tea.
steeped tea with sugar and milk, something
Steeped.
like that.
What's steeped tea? Is
I
that
think
what I
it's
think
just
it is?
tea. I don't know.
Like, isn't
Yeah,
it
I don't
North
know.
like builder's tea? Isn't that what you call it? Or what he's I don't know what you call it. Something tea.
I
Because there's
yeah,
like
I have
sweet
no.
teas, and then there's here it's just tea. It's just like a bag in it. It's just like there's no other
Yeah, I
like
think that's just what it is. It's like steeped means like with a bag.
right. Okay,
Yeah, I don't know.
just tea. I never got
Right.
getting tea at a coffee shop anyway. Just like, what's the point in spending £3 on a cup of tea? Just a bag of water. Gotta get like crap
Got
in there
that.
if I'm paying it,
Yeah.
Sway in the morning audition.
Oh yeah. I remember that. I remember it being like fine. He was a little off tempo, but he some of the little bars about like being about making the beats burnt and crispy and stuff like
That's quite
that.
good. That's pretty nice.
I kind of liked that.
I said this in something previously as well. Like anytime he does any of that show off rap, like alphabet rap, how did I do, and Sway in the morning stuff, he'll like change his flows loads. So he'll go like da 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 da, and then start going like triplet, like da 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 da, and all this and stuff.
Yeah.
But in his actual songs, it's the same flow every single time.
Yeah.
There's kind of 2 flows. There's the quick one, like the Homicide remix,
Yeah.
like I am the da 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 da, and then there's the
Yeah.
I am stronger early stuff, which is just like
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, just and it's so funny to me. It's like you're clear, like he's a much better rapper than his career shows, if you know what I mean. He's almost like when you see those pop musicians who will like someone like I can't even think who I'm thinking like maybe like John Mayer or someone
Uh-huh.
where when you see them going for it they're really good guitarists but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you don't put it on your record I guess or he's maybe a bad example like
Yeah.
I don't know if you can think of anyone but like you can tell they can shred if they need to and they'll just not do it because like it's meant to be easy
I
for
can think of
choruses.
that in like the songwriting sense. Like people think that like maybe like Weezer or Coldplay could drop like the best album ever, but they have repeatedly chosen not to.
Weezer's Blue album is the best album ever. What do you mean with
It's really good, but like
yeah, no, I
like
know what you mean.
more of his their recent stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's
Like,
like yeah,
I like Weezer, but it's the same thing as you say. Like, I listened to
yeah,
maybe 3 songs from the last 10 years, and then just the
yeah,
first 2 albums. So yeah,
right.
Spite, Spite. We all remember Spite, don't we? I re
Yeah, wasn't that he did a Q&A?
He did. Yeah, I rewatched it like a few months ago. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's the only thing was like in his one he did like the first one where he's outside and he just answered some questions, being like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
we were bros," and he starts dropping that
Yeah.
like Unk was like a drunk and a but they like used to
And he
like
also said the N-word a lot apparently.
yeah, and they
I
would like
heard
harass
that.
people, and
Yeah.
that's what they did though. But then it kind of loses credibility because it cuts to or credibility is not the word, but you'll know what I mean when I say it. Like it cuts to them. So he restreamed again later that day, and he's
Yeah.
same thing. We're like in a house, but there's like his bros in the background. They're sitting like having a few beers and chatting, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm just on OG posting." And like, there's a guy in the background, it's like a white guy in his 40s, and he just keeps saying the N word, and he like just like keeps. Just that edgy boomer humor where it's like, you stupid, whatever, fucking whatever, and like, do you want to see my nipples? Do you want to do it? And you're just like, no, man. So there's an element of like, I feel like that is just what Uncle used to be, and him like
Yeah.
dropping that. Oh, he used to be that, and it's like, yeah, but now he's not. That is shouldn't be a bad thing. It's like, yeah, good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Good for him.
How dare you progress as a human being?
Yeah, exactly. Like it'd be like, I don't know. It was just so specific. It was just such a like. oh yeah, he used to be like this. It's like, yeah, but you still are
Yeah,
clearly a bit like. Whereas
yeah,
he's gymming now and
yeah.
chilling. Banned from schools. That was all the.
I
Oh, sorry, you're gonna
I
say something.
remember. Yeah, that was like the "I am stronger" thing with the line about Bleach. It was
Yeah,
like,
change
and
it, man.
then yeah, they wanted him to change it, and he didn't because of like artistic integrity or whatever.
It's weird. Like, it's so weird to have artistic integrity about some stuff and then not care about the rest. I
Yeah,
guess.
artistic integrity, but like if you're at an elementary school, like performing for like 5-year-olds or whatever, like
Yeah,
that's when artistic integrity matters the most.
that's when it kicks in. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, great. It's a bizarre like line to
Yeah.
or what's the hill to die on? I guess there's a weird hill to die on for sure.
Yeah.
Lord rights. I mean, kind of speaks for
There's a
themselves,
lot.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. The only thing with Lord rights is they're one of these things now where people will just post every week we're in a Lord
Yeah.
right, we're in a Lord right, and you're just like, well, you're not going to get out of it by just saying that, are you? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a bit bland.
Yeah.
NOD, NOD
North of
themselves,
Dundee.
the north of
That yeah,
Dundee, Dundee. That's the
yeah.
is that the
Dundee.
accent?
Yeah.
Dundee. I like it.
Dundee. I don't know. North of Dundee Avenue. Yeah,
is
no,
is it like a province or not a province? It's like a
I
county,
think
or
it's
is it
just
a
it's an avenue, it's a street in Regina.
yeah?
Um
It's one of the
Probably just
edgiest
divides
streets.
like it's probably like a street that like divides like north and south Regina. I don't know. Probably like maybe like a main street where like forget if the pump is on there. I think it might
Yeah,
be. Or
although
the pump.
the pump's closed, man. Rip.
Yeah, it's a mosque or something now. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Yeah.
North of Dundee is below NOD. I think NOD refers to the mixtape with like Booze Tune and
Oh
the original
yeah,
Set Your Mind Free and
yeah, yeah,
Mike
yeah.
Assassins and all that. So NOD is named after North of
That yeah,
Dundee,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, the mixtape is it's probably his best work like as an album, but it's not like still just like average like D12 worship.
Yeah, agreed. It's
Yeah.
uninteresting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's as good as like when you go on Twitter and like whoever
Yeah.
someone vaguely famous tweets and then directly under it it's like, hey, I wish someone would just give me a chance. I make beats. Like it's that level. It's like yeah,
Yeah.
okay, but like I'm never gonna listen to this ever again. You know?
Right.
Obviously I click them every time to support those guys, man. Are they ducks? Was Alam 4 or something?
I think so, yeah.
The
Was it like when he was in like a park or something?
yeah, it's them filming the At Least a Million
Oh,
music video.
the music video,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's a classic of it. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Matlock.
I think that's the guy he beat that beatbox and he rapped over it.
Right.
Not the American Detective Show with Andy Griffith.
That's. I mean, I was. Yeah. I mean, you're living your
Right.
pop culture knowledge is good, man. We're gonna get you for a pop quiz, like your good stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The guy with the right side and his. That's. I genuinely. That's probably
Yeah.
one of his better videos. That's pretty good. Again, showed you if he just like cut back and just did that kind of stuff, he'd be like, yeah, he's a pretty good rapper. He's pretty tough. He's not amazing, but like, yeah, he's all right. Norton Dundee said Hannah's MLM pyramid scheme. I don't know. Is that based on anything for real, or is that just?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think she just gives that vibe of like being like one of those like Herbalife or Sensi Hunbot or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, you're
Also
deep in.
because like Uncle Adams is involved and Uncle Adams like they kind of think of him as like MLM adjacent in terms of like the style of his music. So it's like
I mean, yeah, and even like the way he talks about, I don't know if I'm gonna split my NFT bro audience, but like even the way he talks about like NFTs feels very pyramid schemey anyway to me.
yeah.
Like he talked about one the other day when he was like, "Oh yeah, this new one is it Selenia or Selenia? It sounds like Selenium, but it's not that." And he was like, yeah, like 80% of it goes back to the people, and then you buy them, and you're like, this is just a pyramid scheme. That's what you're describing. Like the profits go back with a little bit of it, and that's how you make your money. Like, yeah, it sounds a little bit familiar. That Kill Adams. I'm trying to remember what that was.
Yeah, I don't.
Clay Adams. Did he post? Oh, was that? No, that's Mr. Trapezoid.
It might have just been. It might just be a theory that it's like, you know how like the whole like Ian Brandon Anderson thing with Chris
Yeah,
Chan.
yeah.
Maybe it's something like that where it's like
I think you're
uh
right.
yeah,
The
there's like a liquid unk or something.
Liquid Chris
Yeah,
saga. The
yeah.
the only good Chris Chan saga. The only one that doesn't make me sad inside. Jesus Christ. You know what the worst thing is with Christian was there was a nice era recently enough, like a year or two ago, where you talk about Christian, but you're like, I don't think they post anymore.
Yeah,
I don't
people
think,
like.
and then that all
I mean,
happened.
when Chris Chan was in Shrek Retold, and people were like not put off by it. They were just like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting. You've got
Yeah.
Chris Chan to be in a Shrek remake."
And then the recent stuff came out like a few months ago, and it was just like, oh gee, I assume you've caught up with
Oh,
that, the arrest and the incest,
yeah.
and, yeah, Jesus
When
Christ.
you
Oh,
when you
jeez.
throw a redemption arc into the toilet,
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was just such
which
a like,
Unk
oh
has done
right,
like numerous times as well.
not to the same level for the
Not
record.
to the same level, but he's done
Nowhere
it numerous
close.
times.
Jesus Christ. Oh God, Christian, pray for us all. The next level, moving on. The jukeboxes. Someone
Oh
asked
yeah.
him did the jukebox stuff go, and he went, "Not great." It's like
Wait, what was that?
in a stream like the other day. Someone was like,
Oh
"How'd the
no.
jukebox stuff go?" And he just went, "Not great." And it was such a like, we know. You
I
fucking
actually like went to a jukebox and searched very hard for Uncle Adams, and I found nothing.
You're like,
Like right
what?
after that whole thing.
It's not under A. Maybe it's under motivational rap. Maybe it's under
Yeah. Maybe it's under KLE Adams. Who knows?
Curtis Bernard. Yeah, try them all.
Yeah.
Cletus, etc. Man, that was
Yeah.
such a weird. Every time you're like, oh, he must be a little bit self-aware. It couldn't be this out of touch. And then he says, let's put 50 grand into jukeboxes or whatever. You're like, oh right, okay. Botox. I'm assuming it's just sort of because he
It's
got,
just like yeah.
yeah, any gym shit as well. It's always going to be like
Yeah.
Botox or steroids is always going to come up immediately.
Right.
That was not me.
Oh, that's a classic.
It's a classic, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I have that video downloaded, I think.
Forever.
Yeah, it's like peak, just like, oh, it's delusional in like the funniest way possible.
It's like what gets it for me is it isn't edited as well. Like the like I'm not your friends. Like you would almost think maybe it's part of a larger point. It's like no, his point was
Yeah.
I'm not racist because I'm white. It's such a like, man, what are you doing? Come on.
And that skeleton that was visual was like, where it was like, I wish we could all see our brains or whatever. That was awesome.
Oh my god. Yeah, good stuff. Good wholesome stuff. But yeah, hey friendo, or hey friend. I'd just go for the O every time.
I didn't realize for a while that was like not actually an Uncle. Like that beat was, I think, made by like Timbaland or something.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like that wasn't like a beat that Uncle Adams just found on like Soundclick or
Whatever.
Friendster
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
It's not a bad beat. Like it's
No,
very.
it's good.
It's got that American Boy thing where it's that
Yeah.
same kind of heavy synth coming back. Timbaland's probably like I wouldn't be shocked if it was him. It's kind of that era.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Timbaland. I mean, Timbaland is one of the best pop producers of the 2000s for sure.
He definitely like. It's sad to me that everyone talks about like obviously, like Neptunes, I guess, or
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. Max Martin as well.
Yeah.
Like Timbaland's kind of being forgotten a bit. And you're like, nah, man, like he was the sound of pop for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Mr. Trapezoid.
Oh yeah, that was
the jaw.
Was that on YouTube or was it on Instagram where he originally posted?
I think it was just stories because that was Cletus on YouTube.
Yeah.
Was it?
I think Cletus was on YouTube. But I think he just took it down after a little bit.
Yeah. Because it was just that sort of walking around being like, I'm Mr. Trapezoid, blah, blah, blah. It was just, inane shite, like, but it's good stuff.
Yeah.
The world really isn't that bad.
No.
Which is not ever coming out. I can't believe after all that, after I'm doing a review of it, it's never coming. Did you hear?
I will say.
Did you hear the edit?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? What were you?
I will say when he said when he was in the studio, like I liked when he was like doing the "you'll find good folks trying to get by," like he did a "by."
Look around next time you're outside. You'll find good folks trying to get by.
But it wasn't really. You couldn't really hear that on the official recording, and that was really disappointing.
Especially since doesn't he make a big deal about like did it first time? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got it first time. When clearly there was more than one take done now. That's raging.
Like I remember just dying of laughter when I heard that in A Lamb 2.
Yeah.
And I was just so sad that I didn't hear it on the final version.
It's very like very. You can tell what facial expression he's doing when he's doing it. Man, I would almost be more into that. I think if he like lent it, like, cause I mean, I don't know, like him and Kendrick have a really similar cadence. They sound really similar and they rap really similarly. But Kendrick is like what happens when you do it consistently, excellently.
Yeah.
But Kendrick uses a lot of that of like using his high pitch of his voice and lower and sort of leaning into accents and stuff. And Unk's never done it. So yeah, I think we need more. When you finally produce a track for him, you can request it.
Hell yeah.
Limbo Lover. Yeah, is that how you pronounce it even? I know who it is.
Limbaugh? Yeah, I think it's Limbaugh.
I couldn't even tell you
what I don't know
that word means.
But I think it's just like basically just trying to like, associate Uncle Adams with like far right American propaganda.
Wait, what's that? Are we talking about the
Rush
same thing?
Limbaugh. Yeah.
Are we? Is Limbo Lover not the Twitter that always follows him? It's like, hey, babe.
Oh, you're right. It's the Twitter account.
Where are you going? What are you talking about?
No, I thought I was like just like someone saying that like Uncle Adams was like super into Rush Limbaugh or whatever.
Oh, right. Okay. I didn't even know who you were referring. I was like, what are you talking about? Right wing?
Rush Limbaugh.
Like, yeah. But yeah, I never even made that connection.
Yeah. Oh, I do remember that Twitter account. Uncle Adams had me blocked for like a year though, so I didn't like know much. Like I wasn't really keeping up with Twitter stuff for that period of time, but he unblocked me kind of recently, and
wholesome.
Yeah, things are cool.
Things are cool. Follow for follow.
Vibes are good. It's all good.
That's classic, that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Limbo Lover. I think it came out that they were actually like a troll account, which is really sad. Like rather than just being like a real fan who's like a Russian. I don't want to. Was she an exotic dancer or something? I don't know. God knows. Because there's that one. There's an account now that always just posts fish under all of his posts, and that makes me happy. I don't know who that is, but they always just post like Japanese fighting fish and like just obscure fish. Every single post. It's good. It's good. It's good shit posting. Like Cinema Beats.
Cinema. It's the royalty free beat producer.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That produced Original.
Yeah. And you still hear it it's in that documentary about your man who hit his head and then killed his girlfriend over.
Oh my
You've seen
God.
that? No, they're like the American footballer who it's on. I think it's on Netflix. Like, but I don't know if I don't know if it's that one or if it's a YouTube video about him. I can't remember his name. But
I know my family claims that they heard the original instrumental on like a Bravo show or something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Fair. Because this was like the guy had like so many head injuries that he was concussed, and then he went on like a killing spree, and they were trying.
Oh, was that Aaron Hernandez?
Yeah, spot on. I think it's a documentary about him. I don't know if it's the Netflix one or if it's like a YouTube one, but they used the original beat as just like a generic dance scene or whatever, or just like to fill in, and it's so surreal because you're just like, man, what the fuck? It's good. ICUP, an absolute classic. Yeah, that was the first and only stream. Are you? Because were you one of the ones who paid? I can't remember what you call it. YouTube partner.
I think I might have paid for like I might have done a dono on one of the first streams, but I do know that like basically someone asked him to spell iCup.
Yeah.
That is a classic like Twitch thing. Like also like I mean Ligma and Joe and all that. Yeah.
You know, back when because we were at the same age, aren't we? Like 24, 25? And
I'm 20, almost 26. Yeah.
all right, yeah. So like I remember ICEP was as good as it got for us. Like seeing all the
Yeah.
Ligma and Sugma. No, it's like, oh man, wish I'd thought of that as like a 13-year-old. Would have been
Right.
like peak humor. You
Yeah.
know? Or the pen 14. Oh, I want to join the pen club. You
Pen
could be
15,
pen 15. Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Ira Wolf Eddie Mix. I don't recognize Ira
No,
Wolf.
I mean, is that like Roth IRA, but like a Wolf IRA? I don't know. Is it like something like finances related?
Maybe. I don't know. I literally have no idea. Eddie Mix.
I don't know.
Let us know in the comments in it. Cool. Next one. Uncle Adams. What's that? Uncle Adams. God, this is where it's gonna get
Poop
horrendous.
posting?
Oh, I'm assuming
Poop?
that's like. I think it is poop. Yeah, I'm assuming it's like YouTube poops and all that stuff in it.
Or it's like maybe it was like he took a selfie and maybe the toilet maybe had a little something extra in it. I don't know, in the background.
Let's not get too, descriptive, man. Come on. Let's keep this highbrow. Jesus.
Wait, what
that next one's not readable, is it? That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
oh, hang on. This is why I took my phone, isn't it?
Enhance photo.
Enhance.
NATO. Something about NATO?
No, what? I've got paid YouTube members. Where are you getting?
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. Paid YouTube memberships. I'm a paid YouTube member of. Yeah. I mean, that's how he unblocked me. He was like, become a YouTube member. I don't see anything in your Twitter history because I had cleansed my Twitter like
did you
maybe like a few months prior.
Do you remember what you did that made him block you, or is it just like
I think I was just doing like casual like, oh, you're in debt and stuff like that.
Fair, yeah.
I didn't realize that like when I had deleted like all my old tweets, I had deleted that, but I guess I did. So I used that and I got unblocked.
Wholesome. How much is it a month?
I don't remember. I think it's like $5.
You were talking about being broke earlier. You shite. You're paying $5 a month.
It might be hooked up to my dad's account. I don't.
He's a silent investor. That's all right.
Yeah.
Chris Regan was the.
Oh yeah, that was the
original.
The Fantano.
Yeah.
Regan reaction. Yeah.
I think I've seen one other video of him. I don't know anything about him at all, actually.
Yeah. He was like the one who said like he looks like the Penguin from Gotham and stuff like that.
He is funny as hell in that video as well. Like,
yeah,
I know. Yeah, it's just like I've never ever been like managed to really learn who Chris Regan is. Chris Ray, whatever.
I haven't really like gotten into much of his other content. I mean, I know like that was back when like Fantano was like more friends with like a good chunk of the skeptic community.
Oh, and that is the plan.
It was definitely a different time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Curtis Bernard. Just the middle name. Unk floor plans. Speaking of doxing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
that was the lore tour or something. Ugh.
Yeah, it sounds better when you do the accent, because with me it's like lore tour or lore tour.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was like some crazy person like set up a camera inside of like a convenience store or something that he was going to.
They basically were just like compiling videos of him.
Yeah, that's going too far.
And then they found his floor plans on his house and knew where he lived. Basically, it was a bit like it's one of these things where I don't think that's illegal, but it's like where creepiness versus illegality. Like, there's nothing illegal about like knowing where someone lives.
Yeah, because like I mean, you can probably find all of that information if you just like Google stuff because like pages and all that. Ugh.
Yeah, bad vibes. Demi is lore.
Oh yeah, Demi Lardner.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a very long time.
Yeah, she definitely exists.
She is real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen her stand up. It wasn't good, but that's fine. It's I don't know how she's related. I think it was just someone posted being like, "Hey, use like bad cringe."
It's like, hey, this is really corny and cringy. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm surprised people didn't like try to like make Megan Trainor lore because I feel like that there's material there.
yeah. Same kind of energy, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moist will be T-Jack. Plus, just in general, it's a funny word.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Chris
Crispy,
B.
man, you and Chris B posting.
Oh man.
Are you on the Chris B train? Like,
No.
no.
Wait. Is there like an actual group?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
it's
I need
not
to
that
do
active.
that.
It's just like occasionally
Oh.
posting his new stuff. And it's mainly just posting him, his Instagram stories and stuff, where he's like, yeah, man, we're making a Netflix show. He keeps talking about
I know he keeps.
the
Yeah.
Netflix show. Yeah, he keeps talking about a Netflix show. It's not coming. It's not like
I know
for
he
some reason.
keeps. Yeah, he keeps like popping up in like people's Facebook comments, like of like celebrities. He's like, "Yeah, let's do a collaboration, Lil
Yeah.
Nas X."
It's like Beyonce posts like having a kid, and he'll be like, "This is fire," like a fire emoji, which is like that's marketing.
Oh,
Because he posted.
like you're verified on Facebook, so you can basically like get the top comment.
Yeah. He because I think didn't he post a diss track about Unk, and Unk didn't give a shit. Isn't that how that's the connection? Because I don't think it's just that. I think there's as deep
Maybe.
a connection with them two as there is like T-Jack. Like it's not just like
Yeah.
Demi Lardner where they just pick someone else.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he posted a diss track, but I can't remember now. But yeah, Chris B, man. Chris B is fun. I love to. I mean,
Yeah.
he's fun in a if you're into meth addicts way,
Right.
you know. Phone addiction skit. That was the phone addiction skit. Basically, it's
Yeah.
all in the title.
Fine. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Gimp suit / BDSM merch to jump a level.
I do not
That's new to me.
remember. Yeah.
I don't know. I've got nothing. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
any. The thing is, you don't know if some of these are just like shit posts as well, like people throwing stuff out there,
Yeah.
like, oh, it's
Right.
kind of funny, or if there is like a genuine, clever joke behind some of these as well. Basement freestyle. That's the old Unk video.
Yeah,
Still in
I
use.
think I remember seeing that like once. I don't remember too much about it, but it definitely happened.
Yeah, it happened. It's real.
Yeah, that wasn't like fabricated or anything.
Yeah. Whereas Regina might have been. I don't.
Yeah.
Another one where it's just, isn't it like everything eventually becomes Matrix jokes, isn't it? Like, oh, if you die
Yeah.
in Regina, do you die in real life? And is that the Matrix? Is that originally Matrix? Some of that is like if
Yeah.
you die in whatever. I assume it is.
Something like that, yeah.
JC Wild dick pics. This did also happen.
I do remember that happening.
Yep.
I did not see them though.
No.
Did you?
I don't think so. I've seen a lot of
Okay.
penises on the internet, non-consensually, generally non-consensually, and
Yeah.
I don't think his are among them. But yeah, I mean, like everything about that was just gross and horrendous. So
Yeah.
Hannah's lawsuit. Any ideas?
Who did she sue?
I don't know. I know nothing about. I try to stay away from like. I don't know what's fair game with this stuff. You're always gonna
Right.
write your own rules. But for me, like
Right.
if Unk posts it publicly on his channel, you're allowed to talk about it and critique it.
Right.
Same with anyone. Whereas like
Yeah.
I would never have any interest in being like, oh, have you seen what his cousin's up to? I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck. Like no one should know. In the same way, I don't. I'd happily talk to you about like, oh yeah, Williams posted like this mashup, or he's made this, but like the idea of me being like, oh, what are your parents' names? Or what are you? And you're being
Right.
like, man, you don't need. That's not. I haven't shared that, so you don't need to know that.
Right.
So
1000%.
anything with Hannah, I'm just like, bad. I don't want to. I don't want to know. You didn't choose this.
I mean, she like other than like the collaboration that he did with her,
Time
or
is
like
precious and stuff. Yeah.
or like that video where they were like giving gifts to like kids or whatever. Like they were like doing like some secret Santa thing, or I don't know.
Yeah. Because she's also in the park video and she says, I'm like, oh shit. And then he's just like, whoa, we're going to have to bleep all these out. It's quite cute. It's quite sweet, to be honest.
And then they went to like Subway or something.
Yeah. The Pump EP? Is there an EP?
I don't remember him dropping a an EP about the pump, but I mean,
Sounds right.
I know about the pump.
Yeah. He knows. Soundclick as well.
Soundclick. I mean, that's like that was where Soulja Boy got his start.
Was
I
it?
know was like uploading songs to SoundClick and then like getting like a ton of money from like downloads. Like it was like basically a SoundCloud precursor where like Soulja Boy and a bunch of like old like ringtone rap era rappers and Uncle Adams apparently were all just like dropping music.
Yeah, because I actually didn't know about it until like him. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because there is like clips of when he did like the news broadcast, he'd be like, "My music's on SoundClick," and then the presenter would be like, "Yeah, check SoundCloud." You can see him like, don't want to correct you.
He definitely, I forget, I don't know when he deleted his SoundClick, but it was probably shortly after like 2013 or 14.
Yeah, probably. I imagine it's the same time he scrubbed everything, if you know what I mean. Like any of the dark gunk stuff, man.
Oh, so maybe it would have been later, like 2016 or 17.
I don't know.
I remember him scrubbing all of that stuff like after Original and after like Fantano started retweeting some of the dark unk stuff.
Did Fantano retweet stuff? I didn't know.
Yeah, he retweeted "Drunk as Fuck" headed to the pump. I think
that's hilarious. I didn't know that. Holy shit. But that's not even a bad fucking tweet as well. It's a funny tweet. It's a good.
Yeah,
tweet.
That was pretty good.
James Allsop.
Yeah,
vibe. Yeah, bad man. Bad
dude. I wonder if Destiny is going to be added to this lore iceberg at some point. Now that like Destiny's reacting to Uncle Adam's content.
Yeah. Destiny. I actually know very little about Destiny in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you watch any? You're more of a Twitch dude anyway, but like
I don't really watch Destiny. It's not really my thing.
No.
But I know that he reacted to the dieting video where like he displayed his a miraculous weight loss of like 2 pounds.
Yeah, by starving.
But I mean, it wasn't even that. It was like, it's just like, that's not really something you like do, like a video you film in 3 weeks, like, and like
that,
then make like a lot.
It's that, and then doing it in the middle of a rollout. You know
what
I mean?
Too.
Yeah, it's like only Unk and Kanye do like ridiculous tangential stuff when it comes to rollouts, and one of them works. You know. But yeah, it's weird. Like that, and then he said recently he's gonna do. You know, he did the Spanish, how to quit smoking dub. I think it's Spanish, and then he's doing a Mandarin one as well. And you're just like, what? Okay.
So you're gonna make a reggaeton track at some point, and, like actually like put Spanish in his music.
I like embrace the Spanish culture. There's like a track on, there'll be a track on Overdue where you just start like one verse in Spanish for some reason.
Or he's gonna like do like some Drake style like patois dance hall thing. I don't know.
I mean, Big Energy Mode's as close as he's come to that, so maybe. Maybe. Original was a social experiment.
Yeah, I remember him saying it was like this like genius marketing move or whatever.
It's like such shite, really.
Sure.
It doesn't work because like his whole theory I guess isn't the word, but like his whole rewriting that it was always a marketing strategy and he knew it was going to be stupid doesn't work when like 3 years later he's still like, it's a good song.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be like, I wrote a bad song intentionally, but also it's actually good. The war crimes in former Yugoslavia? I assume that's Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia.
Is Yugoslavia my Eastern European history mightn't be good enough for this.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember like I don't remember that specifically, but I know about like Uncle Adam's fans, Uzbekistan or whatever, or Tajikistan. It's probably just something related to that.
It's just, I mean, I think the same thing we said with other stuff, like all shit posting eventually leads to you committed war crimes. You know, it's just like an easy urination. We all have you ever done it? Have you done it?
I'm gonna have to plead the fifth there.
Touche.
Yeah.
The Nunavut tour incident.
That was like a fabricated YouTube video.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
That was
it's pretty good. I don't know if it's still up, but it's pretty. I think it was pulled down. By you were saying the UAA inquiries. I think it was one of the ones that got pulled down. which is such shite because like it doesn't even include any of his music or anything. Like, it's just like a funny 14-minute ramble, you know.
Yeah.
Like pulling this down. How would you? How are you going to copy
Yeah.
strike like people discussing your work? I guess. Well, your work.
Yeah, what would it just be like? Are you gonna like take them to court for like libel or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like a super injunction or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Kundikat is I'm worried I've mixed these up. Is Lumbo Lover is Kundikat actually the Twitter page?
I mean I don't really know too much about the Twitter stuff, so
I'm wondering if I've mixed those up. You know what I was saying earlier about the girl
yeah.
who's posting under his stuff? It might actually be Kundikat, and you're right about the Limbo Lover, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hannah May of. I don't know if there's meant to be more to that, or maybe it's Hannah May odd feature. I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. I think we'll emotionally move on. Unkle's really fucking our wives.
I mean that's pretty standard.
It's good
Unk
stuff.
Facebook comments.
It's pretty funny. Like
before,
it's one of the few that like I still laugh at almost every time. Just like
yeah. When did that like start? Was it like original when like people were just seeing the even people who hate rap are loving this guy?
Yeah, I'm
and
assuming
like people just started commenting that.
I don't know. As you say, it must just be one person says it once, and then like 4 or 5 years later, people are still doing it every day.
I remember people saying that on like in responses to like posts by Maddie B Raps.
Right. Okay.
Like, I think that might have been like kind of like a precursor.
Yeah. Because the only thing I think is Booze Tune as well.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen, as you said, like stuff like the war crimes in Yugoslavia and all that. Like you do see that in other shitposting pages, but I've never seen anyone else be like XYZ is fucking our wives. It's a really specific joke. But yeah. Nora Hardy. Is that meant to be Noah Hardy? Do you think? Or is Nora? I don't know if that's a.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if that's a typo or not. Apologies
if
not. But that was the talent show. If you remember that. So that's Noah Hart. I don't know. As I say, I don't know if there's the reason for the R in there. Apologies if there is, but someone basically like did original at a talent show when they were like 18 or something. Do you remember this? No. Like the footage is still there somewhere. Like they went up and like for a school talent show did the entire original rap and then uploaded it, which is either
how well
really
did they
funny,
do?
like what? Oh yeah, nailed it, mate. Come on, you know.
But like, was it like something where like you would get like an award?
I have no idea. I don't think they won.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't an award based thing, I don't think they won. But it was good. It was funny. Like it's one of those things that I would never do it because it's so embarrassing. But it's it's good wholesome stuff in
it.
Right. Canada doesn't really exist. Standard Matrix sort of left stuff in
it.
Yeah. Art Benoit. Which one's Art Benoit?
Is that like Chris Benoit? No.
Who's Chris Benoit?
Chris Benoit was that wrestler who like killed his family and himself.
Yeah.
Like declining mentally.
Wasn't Chris Benoit the one as well where they changed the Wikipedia page before it happened? I'm gonna start some conspiracy shit here.
Maybe?
There's someone who I think it's Chris Benoit, and I'm almost just bringing this up so someone tells me who it is, but because trying to Google this was impossible. Someone like killed their family, but their Wikipedia came up with them like deceased earlier that day, and they think like either there was like an inside thing of it, or because it was like changed on the like not in their household, it was a different computer, so people are like, oh fuck, like someone must have known something or whatever. I mean, I don't hope it's that, but I hope someone tells me what that is. But yeah, I can't remember what that is.
I think it is a person though.
Yeah. Lil Unky Vert is what you were talking about earlier. Oh, Lil Unky Vert was a marketing.
It was a marketing.
Jesus Christ.
Well, mission accomplished.
Yeah, nailed it. We're still talking about it, I guess. Yeah, that was bad vibes of it. Lore Tour, that was we said it earlier. Lore Tour.
Lore Tour bad.
Yeah, it's such a like trying to find the gray area. What is okay to talk about? Like what I said earlier about I would rate people's content and talk about their stuff that way. But like Chris Chan, could you review what's its Christian and the Sonichu Boys, or Sonic and the Sonichu Boy, whatever they.
Christian and the Hedgehog Boys.
Yeah, Hedgehog Boys. Yeah, like, could you rate that? Like, could you actually review that album in good consciousness, or is that like kind of crossing the line and whatever? But Lower Tour is absolutely crossing a line. Like, I don't know where the line is, but we're over it.
Well, also, like, that album was officially released by Chris Chan.
Yeah.
Whereas the Lower Tour was not. No way Uncle Adams was going to greenlight any of that.
Yeah, consent kind of is like a general basis. Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
Unk Ghost wrote Donda. I mean, you can just tell this was written in 2021, basically.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But I will say there are new Unk songs with like actual like curse words in them.
Yeah.
And
whereas Kanye doesn't.
Donda had none.
So
I have heard Kanye start swearing more, because I think he's finally learned that like you can be a Christian and say swears. Like it's
I
there
mean,
are different forms of like Christianity where it's like there's just like different like, you know, ways that you practice it where you can actually like drop the F-bomb and stuff.
It's even the fact that he's like, oh, I just don't want to say this on my album, but like then he's like openly talking about fucking Julia Fox like next week. And it's like, it's such a, you know, walking contradiction with him. Like, but I think you're definitely getting into levels of like, he has some fixation or he has some kind of mental block with some of his faith stuff. But yeah, it's very inconsistent for sure.
Yeah.
Uncle Adam's teacup episode. Is that, I don't know what that is, do it?
To Catch a Predator?
Right, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I wasn't even familiar with the shortening. Jesus Christ. I was wondering, I was like, what is that? It must be like an upload or something. Fucking hell. Good.
This was probably after like Boo's Tune came to light. They were like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
With good conscience. There's a lot of incriminating shit in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
For Hannah's Eyes Only, I don't know if there's a specific thing or if it's just like, again, much like the other stuff, OnlyFans is always going to be the sort of stuff that floats to the top in it.
Yeah.
The original posting admins are Unk. Always a common theory.
I know that like people think that he has like some kind of like mule in the group or something.
I don't. Do you know that? Maybe he probably knows. I mean, obviously Merlando's in the group and stuff, but this whole idea that like he logs in and has a look and is self-aware, I think is totally nonsense, because like it just, nothing about it would imply that he has any interest.
He probably like is like, hey, Merlando, can I hop on like Facebook like at your house and just see our original posting and see like what shit the group is talking now?
Yeah, or just a little like what they say about that, and he'd be like, "Oh, I think that's a reference to this man," and be like, "Oh, okay."
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think he's like scrolling and like trying to dig up the, you know, seeing stuff like this. I don't think this is happening. Like, Shay was real.
I mean, well, Shay was Amanda Todd.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even going there. I was like, is this like a post irony thing? Like Shay isn't real. No, Shay is, you know, but no, it's it's just Amanda Todd in it. Yeah.
Right. That was like the catalyst for him making motivational music. So
Which
maybe there was another,
because he said Shay drank bleach because there was a rumor that Amanda Todd drank bleach, and she because that was the whole thing, which is, it kind of sums him up, where he what's the term? I can't, like a fake version. Can't think, but like he wrote a version of a character and then used the fake news about them rather than the actual informative. You know, reading her Wikipedia once would have been enough for him to be like, oh, that's not true. But all of his fans are unironic.
That's deep, honestly. I get all of his fans are unironic being at like a lower part of the iceberg, because it's like, I mean, it's kind of questioning like what is ironic or unironic enjoyment of Uncle Adams. Like, are we the fans? Even though we like clown on him all the time, does that mean that we're like actually like unironically his fans?
I think, I mean, again, you're getting into like meta irony and post irony, but I think I'm 100% his fan. Like he's high up in my Spotify, dangerously high up, and he's like, I actively engage in his content, and I feel like if I find out he's releasing a track this week, I go, oh, class, can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
even if
I like.
you
Yeah,
know, as you say, even if your enjoyment is sort of like this isn't very good.
there are musicians that I really like that I keep up less with Uncle Adams.
Great take. Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to the new Unk stuff quicker than I listened to like the new Animal Collective album. You know what I mean? Like, which is a dangerously sad thing.
Yeah.
Bruce Tune 2. Actually, that's just an original 2 joke. I don't think that exists.
Yeah.
I don't think I want it if it does. I think I'm okay with that.
Oh.
God. The 90s dark rock version? Is that a thing?
I don't know, but I know that there are like some very old Soundclick demos from like, I think shortly at like, there was one that was like maybe like the end of 2001 and he made a 9/11 joke on it.
Oh, right. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah. I think he must have been like 15 or 16. This was like when he had those like that microphone covered with computer paper.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. So I don't know if there's like any rapping footage of him in the 90s, but I know like early 2000s he was definitely
I might be
rapping at least a little bit.
I might be false memory here as well. I have a funny feeling that there's like an idea that, you know, you said about Set Your Mind Free. There's like the mixtape version and then the Humble Beginnings version. I think there might be an older version of the 90s. But it won't be like a dark funk version. It'll just be like
there is
previous.
one. There's an older version of the 90s,
so that must
but
be it. And they're saying,
I don't think it's from the actual 90s.
Yeah. And it's not like horrendous. It's not like instead of Tamagotchis is talking about like, you know, 9/11. You know, it's not. Well, it wouldn't be the 90s. I don't know what happened in the 90s.
Yeah, or like Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky or whatever.
Yeah. Unk's the time traveler.
Yeah, I mean, I think that ties back into the original music video where it's like he's got that like turntable and the black and white where it's like kind of anachronistic. Yeah.
And finally, his nephew's older than him.
That is super mind expanding.
I think it was on one of my videos. I made a joke being like, "Oh, I don't know how that's possible," and someone commented being like, "Oh yeah, no, it is. If your brother is," and I was like, I don't even know how to respond. Like, we're on such different planes, you know what I mean? And I felt bad because I was like, this person's probably genuinely trying to be like, oh, actually, it is possible. I'm like, okay. I know.
I love that that's the bottom of the lore iceberg.
That's a good joke. That's funny as well.
Yeah.
This was quite good.
Yeah.
We didn't know 3 or 4, but yeah, I won't keep you for too much longer, man. But thank you.
No worries. Yeah.
Thank you for jumping on. I hope you'd. Hope you'd be interested in doing more. Some more
absolutely.
We'll sign out. So, anything else you want to plug while you're here?
WilliamMaranci.bandcamp.com.
Original
SoundCloud.com/William Maranci. Original posting.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
My name is my last name is spelled Maranci. Not Maranci. It's not Maranci. It's Maranci.
I can tell that hurts you. I can tell you've suffered. Yeah. Can you talk any original music, to use the word? Any of that coming out soon? Are you still Dumb Hop? Isn't that what you were under before?
Formerly, I'm mostly just William Maranci and Nick Hotel are my two. That's like the original music, and William Maranci is like the mashups and stuff.
Aye, very cool, very cool. Yeah, thanks for jumping on.
No problem.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say.
Cool.
Vibes. Right, leave it to it. See you, mate.
Hey.
Awesome.